think? These are the laws of Britain. You are not following the laws of the country, and you say that you are good. How can you say you are good if the laws of the country is what describe you, or it is what defines you to be a good person or a bad person? Laws and moral laws is what defines you to be a good person or a bad person, and you are not morally, just or morally, correct in every way. A moral, you are not living the moral standard that you're supposed to live, and you say that you are good because you want to say you are good. You've not met the standard. You don't have that required required status that is expected of you to be in. So you definitely are not good in the eyes of others or any other. But that is the view in the sense of what we believe. But if we have no rules of that nature, and our common sense is looking at things, we can really say that there are most of the moral things or moral standards or norms that we sort of see are irrelevant. And so then, in that sense, you will not necessarily be condemned based on the moral or the laws of anything. But you will be seen correctly in a more honest and natural sense way of whatever you are. And you can't easily be looked down or be judged. But that requires the act and the embracement of every single person. If it's one-sided, then that's a problem. Then it is a problem. And it's hard. It's hard for you alone to decide to be righteous without any help or any acceptance or agreement with the other person. How are you going to do it? If you say that we look at especially the holiness of life today in terms of sexual immorality, and let's say, there's lots of it. Let's say stealing and whatever it is that we see as wrong in life, those rules, those regulations, the pride and whatever, all those things. And then you as an individual, you are following all these things, and you want to follow these things, and you become a holy because of your obedience of this. How can you make it? How? With an environment which everybody somehow has its permanent offense, has its permanent sin or disobedience. It's permanent disobedience, not temporal, permanent disobedience. How can you survive that? It's like a holy man living in thorns. It's like you living in an area with pins all over you, and you say that not one single pin will sort of touch you, or you will not be hit by anything, You will definitely be hit, you'll be touched, you can't have any excuse of escape, because you are surrounded. You are surrounded by people who, are doing all sorts of things that you hate or you don't do. So I wonder how you can be able to survive in such an environment. How are you going to eat? Because the food or anything you eat will be touched and be done by people that are unclean. That's the word used. And you can't eat unclean food or food that has been touched by people who are unclean. How are you going to survive? You can't buy food because the money is being coming from people who are unclean. How are you going to live? It's impossible. If everybody follow through with what your belief is, then you have a chance. But you are living in an environment which is completely alien or negative to what you stand for, the positive faith that you believe you have. So you live for some time, you survive for just a few seconds, but whatever way you will become, you'll be materially developed or somehow become negative too. You will turn up just like them. You turn out just like everybody else. It's not easy. You give it a try. If you think the Pope is holy, go close to the Pope and find out. He makes his own confession every day. If you think that the usher is holy, so you want to take him up the ladder and make him a Pope, go ahead. He could make his confession privately every day most of the time. You see, the rules that we have but in our life, it's not easy for you to sort of get around it. So as it is so much something which is encouraging negativities, Why is it encouraging negativity? It's because it is impossible to do it, and most of the time, if we do it, we are moving out of our natural state of life, of survival, of living, to something which is not naturally us. And for you to move out of what you are to become what you are not, and see yourself as holy, is not something which is practically right, or should be encouraged, or to be seen, to be done, to be done, or easily can be done. As I said, the cat will stay as a cat, the mouse will stay as the mouse, the goat will stay as a goat. The goat transforming himself to become a sheep is not a good thing, or it's very much not something which is possible. Look at a man, let's say a man, transforming himself to become a woman. It's not an easy thing. It's not the same. They are doing it. They are changing their sex, whatever. There is a story I read of a man who changed his sex organ to become a woman. And so he put the woman's sex organ there for himself and took the man's sex organ out. And he preserved it. At some point, he wanted to become a man again, because he has been a woman for so long. He's acquired money, he's succeeded life, and now he wants to become a woman. So he go back again to the surgery for them to change and put back his manhood there. Change his sex, woman sex organ that he put there. The virgin, he wanted to take the vagina there, and then he puts the manhood, penis there, because he needed a penis now, because he's going to marry. He was married, he left his marriage, became a woman. Now he wants to go back to become a man, so he have to put the manhood there, and then when he marry again, he can use his manhood with the woman that he's going to marry. I mean, it's a funny story. I read it recently. He has an Arabian background. He's from one of the Arab countries, somewhere he came from. And he became, is he Arabian? Yeah, I think he has that background. His family came visiting him, and you can see the state of the man. It's not good. It's not the best of state. Even that he has succeeded. He's bought himself a boat, he has all that, because women, he becoming a woman, changing that, so he used himself in so many ways to acquire whatever he wants to acquire, please with men. And people didn't probably know, or I don't know how he did it, he or she did it. But what I'm saying here is, it is something which isn't easy, because you can imagine what he's going through. The manhood that he has put there is not for real anymore. He had to pump it for it to ejaculate before he can have sex with a woman. Is that real? No. I mean, he has no feelings anymore, because that thing is just there, like a machine or anything, and he has no feeling. He has no pleasure, a woman pleasure. He hasn't got a woman pleasure in him, and he hasn't got a manly pleasure in him. So he's completely neither a man nor a woman. Who is he? You understand? So for you to change yourself from anything and to another thing, it's not practically possible. No matter what people do, changing the boobs, men are making boobs, women also trying to take, maybe they want to cut all their boobs from there and become men. So they will need the manhood to use. Everything is just not. That is because if you change yourself from the natural state of what you want to be something, that's the problem. The black man wants to become a white man and peeling the skin for the skin to become white, so that he become a white man to be accepted in society, to the extent that he's beginning to have skin problems. Of course, you will have skin problems because you're black. Why do you want to be white? It's impossible. You can't do that. You're a white man, you want to be black. So what you want to do? Lucky enough, I've not really come by a story of why people wanted to be black yet. If it's possible, maybe they want to do it, because some of them want to sit in the sun. If whites are very much envying black people, black skin, they want to become white or chocolate skin colors. So they would darken their skin by going to sit in the sun. There are many of whites who do that. And now they are having problems, Because if they sit in the sun too much, they are having cancer, skin problems, and where